I wrote my essay in response to Gerard Jones' article he wrote called Violent Media is Good for Kids, which is in our textbook. I read, reread, started underlining, started asking questions about some of the comments that he made. And one of the first things I noticed that it was all based on personal experience. He did not provide any real data or studies to indicate that what his opinion was validated by experts in the field. He himself grew from reading The Incredible Hulk to writing comic books and writing for movies, which is a good thing, or could be defined as a good thing. He got himself a career out of it. As a child, he found friends in that world and was accepted and was able to process some of the stuff that he was learning through these comic books. The interesting thing is that he only provided one expert in his writings that agreed with him. It was a Dr. Moore who works with urban teens who are engaged in violent media. Violent media is not overly described within the essay, so it can be anything from reading comic books to television, movies, and video games, and any other kind of media out there that kids are involved in. All of his examples that he used, which there were essentially only three specific examples, were of kids who got assistance from either himself, their parents, Dr. Moore, people who could help him process this information. He speaks nothing to the kids out there, and there's probably thousands of them, who do not get any assistance in helping process the information that they're reading. He read the good versus evil comic books that I read at that same time frame. There was usually a hero, and the hero was a good guy, and he was defeating evil. What that has evolved in 30 or 40 years since that time is far, far different than what he grew up on. And so I'm not sure that he can make the conclusion that violent media is good for kids. And he doesn't do a very good job of providing any kind of data or support for that, other than just personal experience of that he's gone through and dealing with specific individuals. He uses a comment that rage can be an energizing emotion, and that is certainly true. It's very energizing. However, it usually manifests itself in some uncontrollable fashion. In fact, the dictionary validates that, and rage is a term that we use when something's out of control or someone is out of control. And whenever we've witnessed or seen people in a rage firsthand, it's usually not pretty. It's not usually something that we like. And when you install that emotion into a child, we don't know exactly what's going to happen if there's no assistance from adults to help them through that in some sort of positive fashion. And he doesn't discuss that at all. What about all these kids that don't get the assistance that these other kids that he uses as examples did get? He could be correct. There's hundreds of articles to read on the internet, and I read quite a few. Some support and some don't support him. The ones that don't support him, he kind of termed in his article as pop psychologists, but he didn't really say what they said, or he used general phrases and basically in a condescending way that they really don't understand what they're talking about. Finally, I would just say that what he grew up on is far different in the world today. Even since he wrote his article, video games especially have evolved to extreme violence where there's no clear good or bad guy, and we really don't know how that affects kids. But we do know that with proper adult supervision, most of these things can be turned into some sort of good. um, when the kids get the help that they need from responsible, mature adults.